Now, let me ask you this. Should I keep my fan on or turn it off? Because it's hot as a situation over here.
It's hot as the situation in a club on the J
In
Shore.
2009.
Okay.
It's hot as the situation, showing off his situation, if you know what I mean. His abs.
Dick's out.
His ass.
Now,
He's got a six-pack on his ass.
Now, I just want to point out today, you guys, have a very different lighting setup than usual. It's a little bit more in James's world. You know, I'm not flat lit today. I've decided to, key myself and fill myself, and I don't have a hair light.
And backlight myself. However, the unfortunate thing about that backlight is it's only hitting your chair, so it's not backlighting you. Yeah, the lumens are too low.
The lumens are too low on it.
No, it's just not reaching.
Dude, you know what I recommended? And they got it and it arrived today. This really good aperture, three light aperture kit today.
Little LED panels?
Yeah, they're like yay big.
Mm-hmm. I think that's probably the one
bright
I have.
Oh, really? You have one too?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like gray?
On top of my camera.
Are they like gray?
No.
Okay. They're not what
they make so many fucking LED
but dude,
panels.
They're so bright. They have like 2 batteries, so they can do battery powered or AC. And they're so bright. Like one of them lights up like a whole room. I was like, oh fuck.
Does it dim to 0?
It dims. Maybe, yeah. It goes up to 99%.
The cool thing about apertures is they dim to 0, which
what does that mean?
Not all lights dim to 0.
Well, that's dim. Witted.
Well, that's grim.
Well, that's great.
It's the grim. It's the Iron Man of Death.
Don't even fucking get me started on Harry Potter.
Don't even fucking scare me like that right now.
Don't seriously get me worked up. Dude, I'm fucking... Listen. We only last night made it through halfway through Goblet of Fire. Okay, well, I was still awake. Everyone else fell asleep, so we're going to
Which is a bummer.
Tonight.
Doesn't it piss you off when you're, like, showing people movies and they're either A, not paying attention, or B, like, fall asleep or something? You're like, hey, I don't care if you don't like the movie. This is special to me. Do it for me.
No, it was just so late. Like, we've been watching all of them and fucking loving it, except for the one after Prisoner of Azkaban.
Goblet of Fire?
Oh, no, wait. Then what are we on?
Order of the Phoenix?
We're on Order of the Phoenix, sorry. We're halfway through Order of the Phoenix. It is a little slower, but finally it's like, it's not, there's no cringe, but there's nothing funny either. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and there is a little bit of, oh no, I think that is Goblet of Fire. There's so much cringe with the love interest, Cho Chang.
I don't think we're there yet.
In Goblet of Fire.
I don't think so, no.
The love interest of Harry, and he has that scene where he's like in the Great Hall, and he's like watching her, and she looks at him, and he's like drinking coffee, and he's like
oh, that did happen. Yeah,
that's actually the only funny scene, as far as
and you know what? It wasn't even funny. That's the thing about that. It was like
that's the only scene that's like barely excusable as like comedic relief and like
because it was straight up
immature teen like awkwardness.
Yeah, because he went to smile. He's like, that's pretty good. That's pretty in theory, but
yeah, right. In theory, we would have done it
theories
better.
are just that, aren't they?
Order of the Phoenix is sick, though. It's the first one that David Yates directs, and then he directs the rest.
The rest, yeah.
So there's a consistent style that I really fuck with.
It is. It's no Alfonso Cuarón.
No, God, no.
It's no Alfonso
Originally, because I think Chris Columbus directed the first two, and then it was Alfonso Cuarón.
Oh, that makes fucking sense, dude.
Mm-hmm. And then it was they were supposed to like then go on and make it like a different director bringing their style to the franchise with each film.
That's so cool. I love that.
And then who the fuck directed Goblet of Fire? Oh,
I thought
Eddie
that
Murphy.
It was Eddie Murphy, dude. Hercules.
Dude, he directs one of the Harry Potters and he plays every role in it.
But Harry, Mike Newell.
No idea. That means nothing to me.
Dude,
it is. I think Goblet of Fire, direction-wise, is the weakest, but it's very entertaining.
Dude? He fucking directed Donnie Brasco.
Really?
And not Donnie Darko.
And Fortnite.
Brasco. And 4 Weddings. And Prince of Persia, that movie. Oh, he directed Mona Lisa Smile, actually. That's pretty fucking bomb.
I haven't seen that.
The Mona Lisa Smile, dude? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
I was probably a kid when I saw it.
I never lie.
It could be dog shit. Oh, he directed Lord of the Rings. There you go.
The straight-to-TV version. The straight-to-DVD rip-off.
I love how you know exactly who directed Lord of the Rings, so there was no way.
Yeah, dude,
no moment
Phil
of you
Jackson.
believing. Yeah.
Phil Jackson!
Dude, Phil Lamar, actually.
Dude, Peter Jackson, excuse me. I said that
Phil
as a joke. Yeah, dude. Phil Jackson, fucking...
Yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Phil Jackson, dude, the head coach of the Celtics.
Yeah, you know, the headmaster at Harry Potter.
At Cedric's.
Dude, rest in peace, Cedric, man.
For reals, though. Honestly, man, RP. Bro, you know what I started watching last night? I'm curious if you've seen it.
Tell me what it was, and I will let you know.
Okay, telling you now. Tenet.
Tenant?
Tenet. Christopher Nolan.
No. It's not looking like it. It looks really bad.
Without giving you any spoilers, I'm going to say this one thing, and I guarantee everyone who's seen it is going to understand exactly what I mean.
I'm going to say this one time and one time only. Okay.
Way too fast of pacing. Way, like over the top, almost comical, like convoluted and dense fucking dialogue. So intricate.
And wait, it has Edward Cullen. Cedric.
Yeah, exactly. That's what made me think of it.
And didn't this guy play in? This could be. Did this gentleman in the front of the thing play? He looks similar to me, to someone who played a role in the Hunger Games.
He looks similar to you?
No, that's not what we said. No, is it? No, I don't think it's him.
What are you talking about? Who? Which
actors. Guy? The black guy. It's not him.
Dude.
And I didn't even Google it. I saw more pictures. But from the movie poster, it looked like him.
You tiptoed around that.
Well, because I was like, man,
hard.
the only people are only gonna be like, what, all black people look alike? I'm like, no, this particular black guy looks like a particular other black guy, just like any other race I could say. The white guy, I look like certain white guys, man. I look like fucking Alfonso Cuarón.
A white guy. That was interesting. I was just kind of letting you dig your own hole with that.
Yeah, I could have just maybe worked out what I said.
You just started to get so shaky and nervous once you kind of caught yourself.
I was just shaky. I just didn't want people to think like, oh, black people look alike.
I don't think anyone would have thought that.
Dude, you'd be surprised, man.
But if you would just, because you get actors mistaken all the time.
Right. I could have hid behind that if I was secretly racist.
Yeah, but there's no way we can go back and change the past, can we?
Actors look like that all the time.
Look like what?
Bad.
Bad. Oh my God. Welcome back to Beyond the Pine, you guys. It's episode 230. That's crazy that each goddamn week, man, we just keep going up there in numbers.
Damn, dude. It just keeps growing, huh?
Yep.
Shot an SB7 video.
Yeah, man. How was your week? Hey, everybody. Excuse my interruption there. Just want to talk about our next sponsor of Beyond the Pine. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. We talk about BetterHelp a lot on this podcast, and this month we're discussing some of the stigmas around mental health. For example, some people think you should wait until things are unbearable to go to therapy, but that is not true. Therapy is a tool to utilize before things get worse, and it can help you avoid those lows. And a lot of people think that therapy is for crazy people. But therapy doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It means that you recognize all humans have emotions, and we need to learn to control them, not avoid them. I've always been very open with my struggles with mental health, depression, anxiety, all of the above. And what I learned about myself is that although at times I think that I process things that I go through, good, bad, life in general, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes that's an excuse that we tell ourselves to not actually process it, but to end up bottling those things up and repressing them until they boil to the surface. And then you're confronted with all these different things that you have to then deal with. And I'm very grateful to have had therapy during some of those hard times and been able to have an environment to talk about those things, get them off my chest, no longer keep them bottled up. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Beyond the Pine listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/pine. That's BetterHelp.com/pine. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring the podcast and for offering a service that helps people. And guys, if you've been thinking about therapy, whether or not it's something that could help you, take that risk, take that step, try out BetterHelp, try out therapy in general, and take care of yourself. We love you. We'll see you next time.
It was good, dude. It was good. I just worked a realtor launch today. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Boring.
What
else about it?
It was great, dude. It was great. You know what I mean? I
Any
got
explosions?
there, I arrived. There wasn't any explosions, but I talked to a bunch of people, man. And, it opens your mind to be less bored by people. That is honestly one of take away like the idea.
You
of
itch your
working
eyes in the
something.
funniest way, man.
I've been told that. What do you mean?
Like it's
This
just so
that's weird.
like belligerent and like
What do you mean?
just the way that you itch your eye like that. I literally see you like pressing on your eye and like pushing it and itching it and then doing this
because
thing where
you
you
don't
rub
have
your
allergies.
entire face and then you
Yeah,
go back
the
to it
whole
and you're
face.
literally pressing on your eye and rubbing it and itching it and then you rub your entire
so
face
itchy.
again.
Yeah, look, itchy,
Yep.
rub, dude, back, rub, and we're
It's
back.
like, yeah, it's like rub, circle, rub,
Yeah.
rub, circle.
And you know what happens, dude? Relief.
For about 30
Because my whole
seconds.
face is itchy. Because when you have allergies going on, I itch my eyes more when I have allergies. My whole face is like so hypersensitive to being
and, like,
itchy
tingly.
that like, oh, I have a tingly itch here. Oh, I have a tingly itch here. Oh, my eye is incredibly itchy because I rubbed it and there's a little bit of dog allergies. So like, it's like, it's
No,
brutal,
I feel you,
bro.
man. I just got over my allergies.
Anyways, what were we talking about?
Fuck if I know, man. What you been up to this
Fuck if
week?
you
were
know.
doing some real estate shit. You're selling
Right,
houses,
I was gonna
flipping
say-
houses.
Besides, yeah, and I'm not licensed, but I tell them I am.
Right.
Dude, I'm like flipping houses. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just literally flipping them over.
And then you just put like some shell company name on the contracts.
Realtor for real.
Big homes.
Big homes. Big homes. Spelled Lauren. Big homes.
Big
Yo,
spell- Big homes, dude.
that's sick. But dude, the thing that I'm trying to like grow from everything that I'm doing that you're supposed to like kind of going into a situation that like thinking maybe I should try to enjoy this to the maximum and get whatever I can get out of this thing.
Yeah.
In all ways of life, I'm trying to go into situations like that, whether that be an argument or something you have to do that
I'm
you
gonna
don't
try.
want to
Oh
do.
man, we're about to fucking argue so hard. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Don't do that, man. Don't do it to me. No. No, but I mean, like, I'm more so after, I guess. But like, also
no, 100%.
in some
I'm
cases,
playing with you.
No, I know you are, dude. I know you are, dumbass. I know. So anyway, I'm going into this whole thing knowing that, like, you know, take away all of the career aspect of like, okay, you're making money. You could do this for a career if you wanted to, you know, whatever. Take those benefits away. I'm trying to like, as a person, benefit from it. And talking to people is so fucking boring sometimes if you don't want to talk to the people, if you don't care about people, you know, like I would say most people, I can have good conversations with everybody, but it's hard to like genuinely care about someone you don't care about.
Yeah.
Or at least like care is a strong word. Like it's not like a sociopathic thing. Like obviously you care about them as a human being, but like I'm not very interested in a random stranger I just met and having a 20-minute conversation with them on their day and stuff like that.
Especially
you
when
know?
it's going to be all small talk, and small talk is the most draining type of conversation, dude. I went through a period of like 2 years where I avoided small talk.
Yeah. And so now I'm in a position where I'm directly having to have small talk. And so I'm trying to have that be meaningful and develop in any kind of way that conversation can go that's genuine. So I'm trying to have genuine, meaningful, at least from my perspective, conversations, even if they're small, or trying to develop them into being slightly less small talk, but appropriate. You know what I mean, with a stranger. But
have you had any like? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Have you had any like just rough ones, like conversations
like
where you're like,
to?
"Kill me now, I'm gonna walk into traffic."
Like,
give me an example.
Like 2 of those, I don't specifically.
What are their
remember.
names?
I probably blocked it out. But like, just conversations where you're like, actually, I do remember specifically one.
Okay, tell me.
The other day, it was with a realtor who came in who had a client and showed them the place and everything, and he was just like super nice and chill, but like, good God, it was just like such bore. And he was just kind of lingering around because he was waiting for his client for like 20 minutes.
Oh, the realtor was boring.
The realtor, this was a realtor. It was just old, boring, and chill, and he was like a little awkward too, just. So, and then he would just start talking about something, and I was just like, just
you don't have to talk, man.
He just kept trying awkward silence after awkward silence, and then trying again, and then I would try, but then he wouldn't continue it, and then it would die down again. And so there'd be like, he says something, I say something, potentially, but it was hard, man. When he would say something like the thing that I said, he almost didn't give me enough to work with.
Right. Like, so, dude, that's bad. The worst to me is
but anyways,
I would rather sit in silence than engage in like an awkward conversation where I could tell that this other person is just trying to think of anything to talk about. And I'm very comfortable like with awkwardness that like we don't have to talk. We can just sit here. That's fine.
You know what it is? You're also not worried about these irrational things that a lot of people have about feeling rude when it's not rude. Because the reason a lot of people, like probably like myself, try to have that forced conversation is because we feel uncomfortable with the silence because we feel like we're being rude or that this is wrong. What's happening this silence feels wrong in a way that's like disrespectful or rude in some manner. So then you feel like you have to like be polite and try to like not do that. Maybe we also feel like this is making them uncomfortable and I got to fix that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
man.
You're like, hey, if you can be on my wave, like, dude, it's fine. It's all good. Let's just sit.
I mean, I can and do all the time engage in,
of course,
you know, conversations. I talk all the time, man.
No, and what you do, what I think is better about that, and the reason why that works is because you, by being genuinely comfortable, make the other person feel comfortable, even if they naturally aren't as comfortable.
Thank you.
So someone like me was like 50-50. Sometimes it depends where my head's at, if I'm comfortable or not. Mm-hmm. If I'm not comfortable, though, I'm probably making the other person even more uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's also like in a...
You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. Where you're like... you're
literally just energetic about trying to...
You're just like buzzing with anxiety and it's just completely being absorbed by the other person.
Exactly.
No, but I think it's
like
also
I'm
about...
really not like that, but...
No, you're not. It's also
I've
about...
had moments where I feel like, holy fuck, but it's very far few in between.
I think it's also important with like the situation you're in, because if you feel confident in a situation, you know, like with me going to set or like working in G&E and shit, I am comfortable going into that situation. So I don't, you know, you're not immediately like a little apprehensive because you're like in a new situation and like you just started doing this. So it would make sense if that came up more because you don't know everything and you know what I mean? And so there's like things where you feel like you might have shortcomings because you're brand new at this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I actually don't, which is a funny thing though. Like, I'm sorry. No, I mean,
Mr.
like
Know-it-all.
that was a great theory. Mr. knows what he feels. Oh yeah, like you know how you feel.
Let me tell you how you feel right now. You're
let me tell you how
fucking
I feel.
ready for diarrhea.
No, I've always been a really bubbly, talkative.
You are bubbly
person. And always
good thing.
People have always even brought that up about how like that I'm that type of person that can talk to anyone, whatever. That's all just so I believe that, you know, it's like being told you're stupid your whole life, you feel stupid. Being told you're a social bubbly person your whole life, you believe you're a socially bubbly person, whether you are or you're not. But I already had the confidence of like, oh, I'm gonna crush this. The first one I went to, it was like more the logistics. I didn't want to look like I was fucking up in front of other agents and stuff like that. And then once I realized and got everything down, I was like, not only can I now not fuck up, but I can be the person that every single agent at this company wants to work with because I can fucking crush this shit. And I have been, which is amazing. And literally it slowly working my way to being like, every agent's like, yo, you free this Saturday for the blah? And I'm like, yep.
You free this Saturday to
cash. Give me them bags, dude.
For sure.
It's really good money. I did like 5 this month.
That's tight.
5 different launches.
$1 an hour.
$1 an hour. It's actually, I almost don't want to say how much they pay me because it won't last. And it literally could be like 1 month I get none and then 1 month I get 20, but they give me $250 per launch.
That's sick.
Yeah. But like the month before I only got like 2. You know what I mean? So it's like very random.
The way I see it,
the more I work my way in.
Exactly. The more you do it and the more networking you do while doing it and the more you continue to kill it, then that should grow easily.
Yeah. You know, it literally has been exactly that. Ever since I went to the meeting and met like 5 or 6 different agents, then it's just climbed. So if you're listening and you're taking anything from this, dude, find some side hustles, man, and just be so good at it that they need you. You know what I mean? Because like I never thought in my life that I would get into realty like this. And like I may not go past where I'm at. This might just be the thing that I want to do a few times a week, you know, to supplement and then buy a home and just fucking rent it out and then like there's your life. But like there's a learning lesson, dude. Side hustles, man. If you're trying to pursue your dreams and you got like a part-time job and then you try to find some other little side hustles, dude, and just crush it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting into online gambling.
I think that, well, funny enough, dude, I don't know if I told this story on the podcast. Maybe you'll remember. But I did online gamble.
Ooh,
I
was it back?
did a VPN when I lived in LA.
Yeah.
It was. And, dude, I made money.
You had to use a VPN because it's illegal in America?
Because it's illegal.
Oh, well, we shouldn't have said that.
This was all a story.
This is all a story we're telling. Film. So tell me how much you made.
Anyways. So
in the story,
I think I doubled my money. No, I way more than doubled it, actually. Dude, I think I put in...
I don't know if we should talk about this.
Really? Oh, well, first of all, don't gamble at all.
No, I just don't think that we should.
I think we can talk about it.
Well, then there you go. I'm fine either way. I didn't do it.
Okay. Well, this is all a story and a joke, and I didn't.
Right.
So this is all a story and a joke, and this didn't really happen, and I'm going to tell you a pretend story.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a guy who online gambled.
Mm-hmm.
He made... it wasn't that much money. Like, he put in like $20, maybe $50, maybe $100. And he came out with like a few hundred.
Like 100,000.
Like 500. Like $500 or $600.
That's sick, though.
You know? But then he took his profits.
And he donated it to charity.
He tried it again the next month and lost.
Yeah.
But he didn't lose all his profits. He lost like a couple $100s of it and then went, huh, I'm not going to lose all of this. I'm going to walk away and never do this again and just keep my consolation prize of a couple $100.
Bro, I want to go to Vegas so bad. In fact, I am in October for the When We Were Young tour.
When we were young.
When we were young.
Dude, just so like confident and then such a fucking doofus. When we could be young again.
I'm so excited for that, but it's in Vegas, and so I forget where we're staying. I think at the Hilton. But boy,
the Beverly Hilton?
No, not Beverly Hills. Lost Hills. I can't wait to just play fucking War, dude, and put down $100 and turn that into $1,100.
Am I gonna come with you?
If you want to go to the show, it's gonna be almost impossible. But you can go to Vegas.
What if I want to go to Vegas? It's only 2 hours from me.
Go to Vegas.
Can you believe that's only 2 hours, dude?
That's crazy, man.
2 hours is nothing for me now that I drive to LA so often. Oh, I got dates, by the way, that he's available. What dates did you want me to be in LA?
The 18th and 19th.
Those are exactly the dates he said.
Fuck yeah.
But I would be working all day.
Well, one of those days is a Saturday, so you're going to leave around 8 or 9 and come to a party.
Oh, at 9 p.m.?
It's a party.
At 9 p.m.? That's my bedtime.
At 9 p.m.? Boring.
Okay, so I think I'll probably arrive on the 16th or maybe the 16th, and then writing 17th, writing the 18th, writing the 19th, and then I would probably leave that Sunday.
That's fine. We can talk about this offline.
No, this is some real shit we can talk about, dude.
Yeah, this is super interesting.
I think it's interesting.
What? Talking about what days you're going to be here?
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Hey, dude, let me tell you something that only applies to interest to you.
Well, no, because they're interested also in what we're doing in our lives, and this is involving you and me coming out. Maybe we film another second SB7 video.
Right.
Podcast could be in person.
Podcast has to be in person
here.
plus another SB7 video. Dude, something so funny happened on set yesterday.
Oh, really? Is this one going to be a boring one?
Oh, fuck. I'm slapping my asshole. No, it's not going to be a boring one. It's hilarious. And I think you're going to think it's funny because you're going to understand exactly the type of person. He was black.
I'm understanding.
I'm kidding. So I delivered Breezy to a big light, which is a big light.
A big light.
To set
a big bitch
at this mansion kind of estate thing at the top of the mountain in Silver Lake. And
did you buy me a mansion?
And I bought it in your name.
In your name with your credit.
And so I had some just bigger gear that I also was delivering. So I had to take one of the 3-ton cube trucks. And so, they're very particular about if you're doing pickups or drop-offs, you have to bring your vehicle onto the property and park it. You can't park on the street, right? So we bring the light there. Turns out one of the diffusions that comes with it was broken. So I had to go to this other place in downtown LA to sub-rent one and bring it to them. And then so when I brought it back, I was with one of my coworkers and I was like, hey, stay in the truck. I'm just going to try to run this in real quick because it's quick and I don't feel like driving this big ass fucking truck back onto the property and having to go around this little roundabout thing and then park it on gravel like we did last time. So the guard was there and he was like, nah, man, you gotta bring it on the property. And I was like, bro, I'm just going to drop this off. Can I please just stay here? And he's like, yeah, you're fine. And then so I just get out, run in there. Also forgot that I was wearing my prescription sunglasses. So I go inside the house and all the lights are off except for the Breezy. And I was like, fuck, it's so dark in here. And then the gaffer wanted my help. She was like, can you put the diffusion on? And I was like, sure. And she turned the light off for that. So I was literally in the dark pretty much with my prescription sunglasses on, putting the diffusion on, just doing it by feeling, by touch. Yeah. And then so it's all set, we go back outside and I pick up
I'm surprised you didn't go that's not really my job.
No, it is because I was the Breezy tech.
Oh, you were the Breezy tech.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a rental thing.
Yeah. For Breezys, we deliver them and set them up.
I see.
But so I'm leaving, right?
Sunflower seeds?
I just have some fucking dip.
Just in your fucking...
Do I just have dip in my lip? So I'm leaving and I grab a couple other things. I'm talking with the gaffer before I leave, and the fucking location manager guy, who is this tall fucking slender man looking motherfucker, comes up to me.
The worst.
Hands crossed in front of him, walks up to me. He's like, sir, is that your truck out there? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, sir, you're in violation of contract. You're required to bring the vehicle on the property to offload and unload gear. And I was like, okay, my bad, man. I'm literally walking out right now and then I'm gone. And he was like, no, sir, you're in violation of contract. The vehicle has to be brought on to property. He just kept saying that. And I was like, I hear you, man. I apologize. I'm going to leave right now. You'll never see me again. And he was like, no, I can't let you walk off the property and get in that vehicle and leave unless the vehicle's on the property. And I was just like,
I don't think that's how this works.
I just was holding myself back because I'm now the foreman at the shop and I have to, act as such. And so I just pulled up my phone, called Jared and was like, hey, bud, bring the truck on the property, please. And
good for you, man.
dude, I was like,
old James would have fucking.
I'd have been like,
fuck off,
dude.
Just walk off.
He's like, I can't let you leave the property and get in the vehicle. I would have been like, hey, watch me, and then just left.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
truly.
Violation of contract. What contract? I didn't sign a contract. I think you're mistaking me for someone else.
Yeah, but I think he like maybe that's the policy or whatever. But
Understandable.
Like
Understandable entirely.
But I don't think that relates to you and your safety. I think
No,
that has to
100%
do with
it
the
is.
policy of the equipment, right? And getting the equipment in and out. But like you're allowed to leave the property, not getting in your vehicle.
Yeah, no, literally, the dude was on some shit, man. And I was like, first of all, don't come at me with that energy. Okay. You can easily, hey, I don't give a fuck what you're going through. I don't care if you're fucking stressed. Don't ever come at me with that energy, man. You could have easily walked up to me and been like, sir, is that your vehicle? Oh, yeah, it is. Sir, you have to bring the vehicle on the property in order to unload and offload gear. Oh, I apologize, man. Won't happen again. I'm leaving right now. Okay, just remember next time. Absolutely will do because you were nice to me and I respect you for it. Get the fuck out of here. Sir, you're in violation of contract. A,
that's the perfect.
What the fuck are you talking about? B, get out of my face before I drown you in the swimming pool.
Yeah, I feel it.
It was literally like,
dude.
And I even like he walked away after that, and I looked at the gaffer and she was like, I don't even know, like what that was.
I honestly, he doesn't even work here. I don't know. He has no right to talk to you.
I've had so many issues with locations guys because they're all fucking dumbasses who take their job way too seriously and also don't know how to speak to people.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just gonna say. Is like that is the perfect example of you didn't offend that guy. You didn't wrong him or wrong anybody there.
Hi, Clay.
So, what's up, player? How you doing, dude?
I'm good now. Good to see your pretty face.
Look at you, sexy boy.
Look at
Give
your
me some
hair.
kisses.
It's brown.
And back to Brown, baby.
Brown gang.
Brown town.
Round gang.
I'll let you
Let's
guys
go,
get back
dude.
to it. I just want to say hi.
Hey, baby, I'll see you in a sec.
It's nice to see you, dude. Aw.
Yeah, we actually,
But anyways, I was just gonna say,
we are the legal guardians of
that's
Lucas now.
Yeah. Honestly, I also got the tattoo from Harry Potter here.
Get the Death Eater
But anyways, I
tattoo.
was just gonna say, that's the Death Eater tattoo. That's the perfect exact example of the appropriate time to be like, don't ever talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that.
Hey, I don't fucking know you, all right? I don't know what your day looks like. Don't come at me with all your shit.
Well, don't speak to me like I've wronged you, offended you, or hurt you, unless I have.
Easily.
Otherwise, don't talk to me like that.
Like,
If you talk to me like that, I will scream into your eyes until they bleed.
and then I'll laugh. Dude, it was ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
I was just like,
that makes me 10 times more mad than he was at you even.
I know.
To
was
imagine
baffling,
someone talking to you like that when you did not offend
was
them,
yeah.
hurt them, or anyone that they know,
And I'll tell you exactly
they're talking
why.
to you like you did.
Because the estate that they were shooting at was obviously some like, oh, big fancy LA estate. Oh, I'm so important and I fucking matter. I'm the grounds worker. I'm the locations guy of the fucking big bad LA estate. Hey, no one gives a fuck, man. I'm here for one thing and one thing only, to bring this light, to build this fucking light and talk to the gaffer, and you mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
You'll never see me again, man. Show some respect.
Show some respect. You know who he is.
You know who that location guy was?
Yeah.
Martin
Dude,
Scorsese.
I wonder, like, you should brush up on the agreement to see if he was even right.
I don't care.
If that ever happened again.
Because
I know, but
I don't
if it ever
see it
happened
as
again,
a
you could be
big
like,
deal.
I know. But just to be like, oh, you're wrong. Oh, no, this is perfectly okay.
No, because
You're wrong.
there could easily have been something like that. Rules that the location sets on productions when they come out. But what he probably didn't know is that I'm not part of production. I'm not on the crew. I'm there for one reason.
Oh, he might have thought he was talking to your the production company filming there.
Yeah.
I see. I just clued that in now.
And that's why I was
probably
like,
exactly it.
I was just letting him fucking sing his song because I was like,
Yeah. Well, he came at you because he probably knows that the whole crew knows that they can't do that, and you've directly disobeyed him. So now I understand why he felt like you did offend him or you did bother him knowingly. So now I understand. But he's still a dumbass.
Right. But I said, the first thing I said to him was, oh, yeah, I'm just dropping this off. I'm leaving now.
But that doesn't mean that you're not still part of the crew. You know what I mean? Like, I know that it does. Like, I'm with you. But to him, that wasn't enough information for him to go, oh, you're not with the crew. So you don't know any of this information. But you didn't know what he was thinking to be able to, like, be like, oh, bro, I'm sure that you told them all of that, but I wasn't told that. I don't work for this company.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
One thing that I've really realized about going onto set, especially like doing deliveries and drop-offs and stuff, is just being fully comfortable and confident with my one job there. I am not if I'm working on set, that's a different story. But if I'm there just delivering gear, or delivering a light, and going on set to set up a breezy, you know, I know what my purpose is and I know what my job is, and I do it well. And anytime I talk to anybody, whether it's a COVID compliance person or, you know, people that are just signing people in or like locations people, I'm always very open with them and say, like, I usually show up a little bit before call time to build the breezy. And so if the CCO's there and they're like, oh, can I get you to test real quick? And then I let them know, oh, I'm only gonna be here about 10 minutes because I'm just setting up a light and then I'm leaving. And 9 out of 10 times they say, oh, okay, you're good then, because I'm on set before talent or the rest of the crew and shit.
Right.
And if they ask me and say, hey, you actually have to test? No, I'll test. No big deal. But it's just like that communication and that understanding of like, okay, you know, I'm only going to be here for like a little while, right? And then just know how to pick your battles. That's one thing that this taught me, is like knowing when to pick your battles, because they're going to come at you with this energy because they're you know, a days deep in fucking just a hectic fucking set, you know, and they're going to come at you because they have all this shit.
Someone took their fucking burrito at lunch.
Yeah.
And they got nothing to eat.
And they got nothing to eat, man. Someone came in and took extra food for their partner back home, and someone didn't get their food.
That's brutal.
You know? And dude, this other time,
you're so
I don't know if I told you this story. I had another run-in with the locations guy. They were shooting at some residential house, and I was just there literally to pick up a breezy and pick up a couple extra bits of gear from the electric team that had rented from us there. And so I was in the small van, and I pulled up right next to the electric truck and had my hazards on. And I was not blocking traffic. There was an entire lane, you know, of that cars could go by. And
sure you were.
And I'm just sitting there on my phone, chilling, waiting for the guys. And then I just see this guy like in the intersection in front of me, like pacing back and forth and just like glaring at me and like walking around, like doing something, like talking to someone, and then like looking back at me and just like staring at me. And I'm literally like, all right, man, I know you want to come talk to me. Just do it already. And he comes over, and the first thing he says is, and I have my window down, he walks up and he's like, hey, you know, this is terrible, right? And I was like, what's up?
This is terrible.
He's like, this is terrible where you're parked. And I was like, okay. And he's like, how long are you going to be here? And I was like, couldn't say. I would say 10 minutes. I'm just waiting for them to give me some gear to take. And then he's like, okay. Cause you know, this is just,
you trying to figure out a plan,
dude. And he's like, okay. Yeah. Cause you know, this is terrible. Like where you are right now, you're blocking traffic, blah, blah. And I was like, I haven't seen a single car go by, but sure. And then he like stopped for a second and he was like,
we're going to figure this out.
And then he was like, all right, I'm going to have you move over to this side over there. And then because of the energy that he met me with, I replied in a snarky way. He said, all right, I'm going to have you move over here. And I said, okay, that's all you had to say, man. And then he was like, what? Don't give me a fucking attitude when you're parked here like this. And I was just like, all right. And he's like, yeah, you just be a fucking smart ass. And I'm like,
wow.
And I'm like, all right, man, where do you want me to move? Point it out to me, since I'm blocking traffic.
What if you said, I think I'm going to stay right here?
Here's the thing. I'm not going to, you know, fight back to the point that it gets back to my company and causes any issues with my company. That's what I'm not going to do. If we can handle it right here, back in, you know, between the two of us, that's fine.
But also, like, who is that guy to tell you?
He is the locations manager. So he's
I thought he was a random guy.
No. If he was a random guy, I would have rolled my window up. And so I'm like, okay, man, where do you want me to go?
Hey, you know this is terrible, right?
Blast the radio.
What? You know this is
My
terrible,
milkshake brings
right?
all the boys to the yard.
So you said that's
So
all
I
you
was
gotta
like,
say, man.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, you didn't be a fucking smartass. Give me that attitude, blah blah." And I was like, "Where do you want me to go?" Point it out. And then he's like, "Around the corner, like behind some vans that are parked over there." And I was like, "Copy that. Fucking put it in drive." And then I went over there, and like I turned around the corner, and like 3 other dudes were standing there, and they were laughing because they had overheard it and how pissed off the guy was. And I was like, did you hear that shit? And they were like, yeah, dude, what the fuck's that guy's problem? And I was like, I have no idea. So I went and just parked over there, and then got a call from the gaffer or the best boy, and told me to come back around because they had a spot for me like next to the Jenny. And I was like, okay. So I came around the block back to where the Jenny was, and the locations guy was there, and I like just like pull up, and I'm because I see him standing there, and I'm like, you gonna give me some more shit, man? And he has his flashlight out, right, guiding me on where to park, like
That's
shining,
so, dude, right in front of the car, so you can take credit for your steering.
And then so I pull up, and my window's still down, and he's like, comes up, he's like, hey man, I'm really sorry about how I acted earlier. There's just a lot of shit going on, you know what I mean? And I was like, you're all good, man. You're all good. And he's like, cool. Yeah, well, we got a spot for you right here. And so I just pulled in.
Cool. Dude, you're good, man. You're good. Cool. So are you going to say sorry too because you were being an asshole? So let's both say sorry. We'll both feel good. I don't feel fully better now because you didn't say sorry.
I don't think so.
I said
I'm going to just go ahead and park.
sorry.
You can stop talking to me now.
No, but hang on. But you didn't say sorry, and I said sorry. I take it back. Fuck you.
Pop. Brah. Dead.
That was really nice of him.
Yeah.
That was really nice of him. Yeah, because you just saying, that's all you had to say, man. After he came in that hot, was appropriate because you were basically saying, dude, relax.
Yeah, dude, relax.
Don't talk to me like
you can
don't
easily say,
talk to me
hey
like
man, would
that.
you mind moving? You could be blocking traffic. Oh, absolutely.
You know this is terrible,
Dude,
right?
that's the first thing he said. You know this is terrible, right? And like if you come up to me and you say, hey, can you move? You might be blocking traffic. I'll say, absolutely I can. Where would you like me to go?
Oh, easily. Where would you
Easily.
like me to go?
It's actually so easy for me to do that. But like you're to come up to me
so
fucking
down.
just with that energy, bro. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let you go off your little fucking tirade and then get to the point where you're gonna ask me to move. Okay, all right, that's all I had to say, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous sometimes.
Dude. Yeah. Dude, should we talk about the story that we have of a confrontation
Oh my god,
with you,
I know.
me, and
I know.
who was there?
you, me, and Lucas.
Lucas.
I'm not sure.
Me neither. I haven't thought about it since it happened.
I'm gonna look up
I'm
I'm gonna look up the statute of limitations and then see how long we have to wait until we can
why
talk
don't we
about
just
it.
not talk about what we did? We won't say what we were doing, but we can talk about a confrontation. that
I'm
we had.
remembering it, dude. It's all flushing back into my fucking head right now.
I know. I totally forgot. We weren't sure if we were going to go to jail or not.
It was ridiculous. It was just one. It was literally a moment of complete ignorance and exhaustion because it was right after we shot Three Kings.
But we weren't being rude or
No,
offensive.
but I'm saying
to the
we
person
had
that
a lot
talked to
of
us at all.
we overlooked a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so we just like
where
did
we
something.
were, where we were, didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
Just did what we would have done anywhere.
And I think we'll leave it at that.
I think we can dive in a little bit.
I think we'll leave it at that. But yeah, man, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Because I don't want to get into that. It was but like when it happened, it was a very intense situation. And then afterwards, we went through every single stage of like grief and like, and then ended on acceptance.
And let me tell you this.
And then hilarity too, because it was also a very funny situation.
Yes. And bottom line with all of it, every single one of you, if we got to tell you this story, which maybe we will one day, you wouldn't be like, oh, you guys did something bad or wrong. You'd be like, oh, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
But not a big deal. Like, it's not a big deal. It felt and became
felt like a big
way
deal.
bigger of a deal than
And then
it should have.
It's so funny, dude. Holy shit. And it was.
Can we talk about a confrontation with just us versus a person, and then how it got heated? No. Okay, that's fine. It's just such a good story, you know.
We'll tell it one day.
It's such a good story.
I don't think I'm
We
ready
will.
to tell that story. I think
Fair enough, man.
I'm going to. I don't know. Maybe just make a movie about it.
Okay. Well, I know you're not comfortable telling it, but I'm not overstepping. I'm going to share my story.
So I know you're uncomfortable telling the story, so I'll go ahead and tell it. Dude. Oh my god.
Well, I didn't overstep, so
I'm just sharing my truth, man.
you don't have to tell it.
Oh.
I'll tell it from my perspective.
We're getting a call. Hey, everybody. Just want to give a huge, absolutely massive thank you to our sponsor of today's episode, and that's HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. Warm yourself up from the inside out with limited time recipes inspired by cozy classics from around the world, like beef tenderloin and cheese fondue, or miso sesame shrimp and bacon ramen. Both of those sound just absolutely incredible right now. HelloFresh offers 50 menu and market items to choose from every single week, including veggie, fit and wholesome, family-friendly, and gourmet options, providing plenty of variety. You know we love HelloFresh here at Beyond the Pine. We're avid users. One of my favorite dishes is the creamy, dreamy mushroom pasta. A very rich, very creamy pasta dish made with cavatappi and mushroom, and it's decadent and satiating. It's mouthwatering, and I'm about to freak out just thinking about it. But not just the taste and flavor of the meals is what makes HelloFresh's recipes so great. It's the detailed instructions, you know, the fun time that you're going to have cooking it. If you like cooking or you want to get better at cooking, it's the perfect thing to try, because not only are you going through the whole process, you know, learning about cooking as you go, but you're going to end up with these delicious and fresh quality recipes that will immediately reward you for the work that you put in. So guys, get ready, because you know HelloFresh likes to hook it up. Right now, you can go to HelloFresh.com/Pine16 and use code Pine16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh.com/Pine16 and you use code Pine16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring this episode of Beyond the Pine. We love you, and we'll see you later.
Oh, shit, yeah, dude. I do hear that ringing. Let me pick it up. Obi-Wan is going to be an amazing movie show.
Oh,
I know.
here's our caller.
Caller. Activate. Sideways, isn't it? Who's wearing our shirt? It's really sweet.
Can you see it?
Shitheads. It's me, Dolan. Hello, James Kim. I'm here in Star Wars Land. If you want to go ahead and take a look around.
Yeah!
Anyway, I have a question for you guys. I saw that you guys have moved from...
Hello, everybody. This is Dolan checking in. He already had this question answered, so I'm gonna ask a new one. Wondering if you put on anything in the background for white noise while you're editing. Also, wonder if you have any tips for finding work in the film industry. Also, wonder if you know how to tell my neighbor to shut the fuck up while I'm doing this goddamn recording, that son of a...
No to the white noise.
Yes to the getting a job in the film industry,
Tips.
and absolutely yes to telling your neighbor to fuck to die.
Yeah, tell him to fuck to die and go to hell to with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Tell him to take that ass to hell and don't look back, or he'll turn into salt.
Yeah, he will turn into salt. James, why don't you go ahead and answer this one, as your name is James.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
No, I actually can't listen to anything while I'm editing. I have to listen to what I'm editing. You know what I mean? Like I have to, and I always have to go back and look at cuts and listen to things with context. Like I can't just like, you know what I mean? Like edit and then move forward to the next thing. I have to like cut a clip to the one before it and then like go back and like watch the pacing of it and stuff. You know what I mean? I think that's very normal.
You do, don't you? You do, don't you?
Is that what you do too?
Like I pretty much, well, a little different with the editing process. I definitely don't put on white noise or anything. I'm just listening to what I'm editing, and I'll edit like as I go, sort of. And I would say I'm mostly happy with the timing as I'm going, which is a rewarding process because then you're watching it, you know, those pieces as you're going, and you're like, good, I'm happy with this. This is hilarious. And you're laughing, you're enjoying it, and that's inspiring me even more. With what this video is. It's like it knows itself. Video wise, I feel like my content will know itself more if it's knowing itself along the way rather than like trying to shape it. At least that's how I do it. But then I'll watch it once it's complete and then make notes and stuff like that still too. But that's my I don't know why we talked about our editing methods.
Because he asked if you listen to white noise. What do you mean, man?
I don't know.
Already instantly just...
I just don't know how that's relevant to my answer. I don't know how my answer is as relevant. The answer is
because,
no, I don't.
Yeah, you started by answering the question by saying no, and then you were answering my question because I was saying how I do it, and then I was thinking that that's pretty normal. So that's kind of the whole recap of what just happened. As far as your second question, Dolan, how to get a job in the film industry, A, what do you want to do? B, where do you live? Seems like you're in LA, but that doesn't mean you live in LA.
Well, it seems like he's actually in the Star Wars land is where it seems.
Oh, he's in Star Wars land. Okay.
I don't know where he lives.
Exactly is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And then C, what kind of experience you have. So without having the answers to those questions, I can't really give you an answer to your question. So hit us up next week. Hit us up next week. Go ahead and hit us up next week.
You're overlooking an answer, actually, James, because if you're an aspiring filmmaker, right, and you're trying to get work in the film industry, I would say you could apply for a job at, I don't know, a lighting company.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, and start a whole new life for yourself. No, like, for example, if you got a job working where James works, which is in film and lighting for film companies, that's where you meet other people who maybe do that part-time and work in the film industry, and then they see what you're doing, and then that you become friends with them, and they see your work, and they invite you or recommend you for a job. A lot of connections, I would say. Like, James, you've gotten other actual like on-set jobs from your offset job, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it all depends on what you want to do, though.
Yeah.
I wanted to work at a lighting house because I just needed to be around the industry. And I have since gotten very experienced with doing like grip and electric work, and I gaff projects now, which is fucking crazy. Like I just gaffed a music video last weekend, fucking wrecked that shit, wrecked the whole thing. Yeah. It's ruined.
Really wrecked it.
And I really enjoy doing it. And it also just gives me a better awareness and understanding of how things go on set and shit. I would say put yourself in a position, whether it's a lighting rental house, get a first step getting a job at a shop, whether it's grip, electric, camera, whatever. It's going to give you hands-on experience with the different gear that you'll be working with, and very true, you could meet people that would have opportunities for you to go on set. But being able to work with your hands with those things every single day, your growth and your understanding of it, it just grows so fast. Like if I hadn't worked at this lighting shop for a year, then I wouldn't be where I am right now. 100%.
Yeah. Truly. I mean, that's exactly right, James. Thanks for calling in, James.
Copy that. I'll see you guys next time.
And he'll see you on the next episode. I'm a little congested.
We actually have another caller.
All right, let's get that caller over here, please. Let me do this. Okay, let's get that caller over here. Thank you for calling in, man. We love you.
Can you hear it?
What's up,
Kib?
Yeah.
Great. Hi there. I've been trying to get through to you for ages, but I just kept forgetting, and then every other time I kept going into tunnels. It's really weird. I only remember when I'm in the car. So anyway, first I'd just like to say thank you. SB7 has been a major inspiration for me. I've been a viewer since the beginning, almost, and I still watch videos daily.
Wow.
My favorite is probably Happy Accident. Having lost interest in a music career, I'm now in the beginning stages of pursuing film. In fact, I'll even be going to university soon to study it more. So
let's go.
It's fun. I'm looking forward to that quite a bit.
Congrats, dude.
I'd just like to ask if you have any tips for a novice like me, having not produced anything not for an assignment. There isn't really anything I have in mind, advice-wise, so anything is appreciated, really. And thank you for keeping this going with the podcast everyone knows about, because everyone's been talking about it. I listen to every new release and have a great time every damn time. I should really try and keep my laughing quiet. But all right, I gotta go now. I'm going into a tunnel. So
you're not going under a tunnel,
bye.
man. Oh, you really
did go under a tunnel.
Yeah,
Sick.
he's stuck in it. He's stuck in it.
Holy shit.
Well, thank you, man. We appreciate you fucking being a long time viewer, first time caller.
Big time, Daddy-O. Big time.
Yeah, big time daddy energy on that guy, honestly. Congratulations on finding your new direction in life. I wish you the best with it. Take the time right now to learn what you can at university. And, you know,
learn what you can, eat what you can.
And, you know, take each project and assignment as an opportunity to grow and learn. And, don't worry about not having any ideas right now, because they will come. There's a fine line between forcing it and letting it happen organically. But don't be too critical on yourself at this point with what you end up making. You know, you're new at this, right? You're learning about this. So enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, and make something that you enjoy, that you think is going to be cool. You know, if you come
get
at
inspired, dude.
Yeah. If you come at it with that perspective, you know, you're going to make it because you think it'd be cool to see. That's the best thing, because you're going to want to make it. If you think it's going to be cool, you're going to want to make it.
Yeah, and to get starting, it's like, dude, get inspired, get motivated, like watch films that inspire you, watch filmmakers speak on YouTube,
Read
watch
scripts.
videos, like read scripts, dude. All of those things should light a fucking fire in your lungs that make you just want to start. And then when that fire's lit in those lungs, dude, fucking shut everything down and get writing. You know what I mean?
I have a recommendation.
Or figure out a way to make some shit.
If you want to be a writer, read the book Save the Cat. Fantastic screenwriting book.
Read the book Cat in the Hat.
Great story. No, Save the
Great
Cat.
story.
It's a screenwriting book. It teaches you from beginning to beginning ideas to execution of writing and completing the script. It gives you a full process, and it's amazing. I read it summer of 2020, and it just gave me such a better understanding of structure and how to, you know, elicit those feelings and ideas that are in you and how to flesh them out from literally an idea to a log line to a beat sheet to an actual story.
Yeah.
Really good book. I forget Blake Snyder. Blake Snyder is the author.
Blake Snyder.
Dude, I was reading that book because I was going to be writing this script as I was reading it. And he, at one point in the book, at the end of one of the chapters, he's like, if you think of something that's, you know, different or unique than the cause he gives I think 7 or 8, these are the only movies that exist, these 7 different types of story, and every single movie can apply to one of these categories. And by God, is the darndest that I tried, I couldn't think of one that didn't apply. And
I can think of one.
what?
Donnie Darko.
I don't have the book on me.
So we're on hold.
But at the end, he was like, and if you come up with an idea that doesn't fit this, or you come up with an idea that you think is really unique for a script, email me. Here's my email. Put his email in the fucking book. And I was like, I'm going to email this guy. And then I Googled him
responded.
And he died. And it was like, it actually really like affected me because I'm like deep within this book that this guy's teaching all these things. And he has a very like clear personality in what he writes, so you can literally get a judgment of like how this guy talks and acts and thinks by the way that he writes. And I was like, man, I feel like I just lost this guy that I knew. It was weird.
Yeah. And you didn't, you know what I mean? Because you didn't know him.
You're right about that, man.
And dude, don't worry because you didn't.
And dude, don't worry because he didn't know you.
I had no idea you existed. That parasocial relationship that you've, created, that bond that you feel you have with him, it doesn't exist.
That's so funny.
It's kind of brutal. Like, I know the reason I'm saying that is because that's so funny.
It's so funny. No, I know it's totally true.
Partially true, but it doesn't matter because what that does for you, that placebo, let's call it, that feeling that you had, that connection that you have on your end, may it be one-sided, is real. And what that does for you is real. But it's much funnier to imagine the fact that you have no ties with him. Mm-hmm. You didn't lose anybody, dude.
And the funny thing is that I 100% know that entirely.
See, I don't. I'll let myself believe that shit for real. I'll be like, oh, this means something. I'll let myself fully, like, I mean, but for me, that's why I'm where I am today. Because I let everything be so meant to be when it's right. And I think I've got a fairly good, intuition with those things, with what feels right. Like I know music feels right. And I knew YouTube felt right. And I know my friends feel right. You know what I mean? And like things like that. It's just like, it's kind of like, yup.
Yeah.
This was meant for me. But you can also fuck things up. You can also be wrong. But I think it's good to trust that. And that's why you fucking made your film, bro. You read that book, you had that connection, and then you wrote a fucking script.
Yeah, and I dedicated it to
You trusted that. And you dedicated it, Ram.
Isn't it? Yeah, man. Well, hey, this has been a great podcast, and I love you so much. And thank you, everybody, for watching and listeing. And we shot an SB7 video 2 weeks ago. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, my dude. I love you so much.
I love you too, bro.
Stay tuned, you guys. We are literally
an SB7 video.
We are putting a deposit down for our theater to screen Three Kings and also showcase some other projects with some other filmmakers, which can be really cool. It's going to be a really fun time. We're trying to create this like event type of thing where it's like something to be excited about, and like you're going to want to go to a very like grounded local artist type of showcase, and we want to do it repeatedly, so stay tuned for that.
God, I hope it doesn't suck. Anyways. What, dude? What? I got nothing else to say. I've got nothing. Achoo!